Hello YouTube, back again. Today we're going to be doing the standard metagame challenge, and I have two decks that I want to throw through this gauntlet just to compare them and see how each of them do. And we'll probably only just play through it once with each of them. I know Magic, the big game of variance. We might have a bad showing, might just have a bad hand. Game 1, Game 2 of the first match and feel sad about it. But that's okay. I mean, they at least compensate you teensy-weensy bit by giving you 500 gold if you enter and lose nothing, so... Ooh, something, a little something, something. So we're going to be going through two different decks here. We're going to start with Simic Ramp, and that's what this video is going to be, and then the next video is going to be the next deck I'm going to show you. But this is my current list for Sultai / Simic Ramp. It's Sultai just for the sideboard. Game 1 plan is just all in, get Ugin down, and then just win from there. With the sideboard plan switching into black for board wipes. And Thought Distortion, I've been seeing a ton of bans. Control and Thought Distortion is just insane against them. You get that down early enough, you just win the game. Yeah, so this is the deck. Nothing really crazy, nothing too fancy, but this is what we're going to do. I think I've heard a few calls for Uro to be banned. I believe it was something along the lines of 45% of the decks right now, or 49%, are playing Uro in them. And it just spiked from $30 to $60. So if you have Uro copies and you're not playing them, the time to sell them is now, because there is a good chance that Uro may get banned very soon. So yeah, this is the deck. Lots of lands, lots of ramp. Just get in there really quick. We're using doggy sleeves. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with that. And then check out the second game to see another Uro Ugin deck, but one that's more mid-rangey, more tap-out control-ish. So, 2 Ugin decks. This is the first one. We're going to see how we do. I'm just going to spend the gold, honestly. We have a good chance of just making our gold back if we just win 3 games in a row. If not, gold is expendable. We'll save our gems for, drafting and whatnot. We get these gold for free, so it's just a couple free entries. So yeah, we'll do that. I have no idea if there is a long queue for this or if things just easy peasy get in there. Once in your deck cannot be changed. Yep, I understand. Alright, so let's play. And I'll take this time. I usually cut out between, matches or whatever, but now you get to see my bumbling self. If you haven't yet, check out my Twitter. Check out my Patreon. I am Himreko. I also stream on Twitch every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, so come by, check me out. We would love to play first. Alright, so first hand here is not fantastic. We're not doing anything until much later. Think this is definitely going to have to be a mulligan. We have Cultivates in the deck, which can help us de-mulligan. But just a simple scry on turn 1, we'd have to be hoping that there was like a growth spiral on top to make this hand really nice, but the odds of that are very nil, so it sucks. We're going first, but game 1 will take the mulligan. Alright, so there's the Cultivate to help us get out of things, and I guess we'll keep this one on the Temple Scry to hopefully find that turn 2. Our opponent is also mulliganing, so we will keep this hand, probably just going to throw a Triome to the deck. We want to have more lands that can untap, and we already have all of our colors. 2 blue is pretty much all we need for Uro. So, yep. We'll do that, and we'll start off on the Temple here. A very common play now for for Standard is Temple Scry, turn 1. Nope. We just want to find ramp. That's what we want to find. We're going to find some way to ramp next turn. We're going to find our little Beastie Boy or Growth Spiral, which we found neither, so we'll play this. It looks like we're going up against the Death Touch Tribal deck, which is a really interesting, really fun deck, and if we ramp on an Ugin, we do win this game fairly easily, but game 2 and 3, we just have a bunch of board wipes that can help us out with this matchup, so. There's that. You're late. Very late. We're going to Uro here, use our mana efficiently. Next turn we'll have 5 mana so that we can Cultivate and Growth Spiral. So, yep. Put a land into play. because Cultivate will find us our 5th land. Yep, and so we'll be able to play that and Growth Spiral. So we're getting pretty close to this Ugin. And outside of Elspeth Conquers Death, I'm not sure what this deck could possibly have that would deal with Ugin. Perhaps this isn't the Death Touch deck, because they're usually playing red. Okay, we're a veto deck. Okay. Alright. So, a little bit of a race here. Keep the ramp going. Get to Ugin here really fast. We will take all forests. There's no need for another island at the moment. And since we are playing a deck with Nissa in it, we want to prioritize forests as much as we possibly can. Just get the islands or swamps you need, and then move on. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we draw a land in the top 2, we get to slam Ugin next turn. So let's see what happens. We have 2 draws to draw land. With the deck being, I think there's 29 lands in the deck. 50-50 twice. 50-50 twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty good odds. Ooh, haven't seen this guy in a long time. Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. Creature cards in graveyards can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from the graveyard. Oh, you're shutting down my Euro? That's fine. We did it. And then so we'll be able to slam Ugin here and board wipe. With only having to tick down 3, so that's not bad. This'll hurt. That's okay. Sweet, we don't even have to shock ourselves. So let's do this. Play our Ugin boy. We'll -3 here. Whew. I was like, why isn't it letting me click it? Alright, so 3, 3, 1 and 1. 1, 2, 3. So clean up. And then we just have an Ugin in play. Pretty sure this deck does not have any hasty creatures. Banishing Light. Ugh. Rude. Rude but understandable. We can keep that into consideration. Alright, let's start off the Growth Spiral, get our cards in the yard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guess we'll pay 2 life so we can do both. Let's start with Cultivate. Bing, bing. Put the island into play. Solemn. Dex is really good with thinning, too. No secrets. It wasn't a secret to begin with. So yeah. I'm pretty sure the deck only plays 2 Cultivates, too, so we've gotten the max value out of our lands here. I will block if you attack here. I am perfectly fine with drawing a card here. Make a Johnny's Pride made a 3/3, and that also gives us enough creatures in the yard to play Euro. So take action. Ooh, you love to see it. That's even better. Alright, well, let's play Ugin here and tick up. And, we have sorceries in our deck that cost 2 mana, so might as well. Let's see if we can turn this in with Ugin here. Not bad, not bad. Sure, we'll start here. Yeah, why not? We have no ways to get things back from the graveyard, so it does not matter what we exile. Cool. Bang 'em. And for the same reasons, we have sorceries in the deck that cost 2. Neat. Alright. So, let's sideboard here. Bond of Flourishing. I couldn't remember the name of it. So yeah, that's why we were doing that, just so we could play them. Keep getting ahead. Alright, so for this one, Extinction Event comes in. Ritual of Soot comes in. Pretty sure that's probably it. We could speculate on a Wilt, because they did show that they're playing the Exile, Banishing O-Ring, Banishing Light. Don't think I'm going to bring in 2 of them, because that doesn't matter too terribly much. So just 1 to hedge, although it's not that big of a deal. It's just, you know, it's nice. Plus it draws a card, so that's fine. Alright, we'll go down a couple Grazers. We'll go down a Solemn. Go down a Bond of Flourishing. They're most likely bringing in Graveyard Hate. But Ugin is still good for ramp factor. We'll go down a Breeding Pool. And so that'll be fine. And so, yeah, now we're only running 27 lands. So we were running 28 lands, not 29. But that's perfectly fine. So, yep, we'll do this, and let's see what happens in game 2. I'm pretty sure they're just bringing in some Graveyard Hate. Maybe they're playing the, what is it? Is it Destroy Spark or Eater of Spark? I don't know. This is okay. On the strength of hopefully Growth Spiral does some things. But it's the one that's like, it's 2 black, and then it's destroy all Planeswalkers, and then put loyalty on a Planeswalker you control. That could be something they bring in. They didn't see any Nissas, but they could assume that it's in. They could have brought in the destroy target green Planeswalker or creature. Healer's Hawk. Definitely a much slower start for us. Need to draw into more of our ramp, but the deck is mostly that, so, well, just gotta do it now. Sure. Scry into something good. Now we're looking for. Keep the Blast Zone in hand, because hopefully they'll go wide on a whole bunch of 1/1s. We'll start with a Growth Spiral here. I guess we just keep our life total high. Okay. And then next turn we can have a 4/4 Hydroid Crosses, gain some life, make a really good blocker. And then for their 1/1 Death Touchers, we'll Blast on them. Pretty sure this deck also runs the 2-card combo, Gideon. That gets exiled to Ugin. What do they give themselves? Lifelink here? Life doesn't really matter too terribly much. Not too terribly much at all. Let's gain some life since it doesn't matter too terribly much. And yeah, let's play just a 4/4 Craw. Extinction Event. Cool. If only it had Flash or were an instant. Where's that Be Light? For a second, I thought they touched their own Type Taker. I would have been like, oh no. Gideon's nasty. Gideon is nasty. Okay, so we are able to play Ugin next turn. So, let's set up. That's clearly the first thing we do is this. Not into striking or Extinction Eventing here. Really doesn't do much, so I'll just play a Hydroid Crosses. Although that just dies to our Ugin, I'd rather have Hydroid Crosses on the back side of things. So, let's flourish first. We'll gain some life. Okay, cool. gain a bunch of life. Sure. And then we'll just play Ugins. Back-to-back Ugins. Alright. So let's hope they don't have some weird anthem. Or some crazy things. Cool. Sticking things with CMC 3 or less. We like to see it. We like to see it. We'll have an ETB and die trigger from our Crossus. That also puts it in our graveyard for Euro. So, for what combo-ishness that's worth. But I think slamming Ugins for the next 3 turns wraps this one up with a bow. They do have a lot of life, though. A lot of life. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Pay 3. Clean up. Enters and dies. See what they got. You got it, boss. You got it, boss. Alright, let's play an Ugin. Or Uro. So we can turn this corner back around. Let's get ourselves another blue source. Let's go ahead and do this now. Okay. That's everything. See what they got. Revenge of Ravens. Really interesting. They're looking at Ugin here. Do they have another light? Okay. Keep the tickage. Let's scry, see what we want to draw with our Euro. Scry and see what we want to draw with our Growth Spiral. Let's attack. That's fine too. That'll help us set up for future turns. And I have no reason to play Crossus right now. Let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, 7, 3. So playing it next turn is perfect. It's perfectly fine to play it next turn too. I'd rather just set up with a scry. Or if they play something that we really want to kill with Blast Zone. Vanishing Light. Okay. See what they got here. We will sacrifice our own Euro here to get Ugin back. So let's attack. Do they sacrifice their creature knowing that we're most likely going to lose our own creature? If they don't block here, I'd probably just play Ugin. Yeah. Leave it up as a pump fake. We got Ugins to spare, buddy-o. Solemn. Alright, then we have Lethal. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep. So we have lethal here. So we will tick up. Play land. Attack. Oh, that's right. They gain a life here. Does that matter? No, it does not. It's perfectly fine, just enough. We will crack, get our Ugin back. Choose the legend permanent that you wish to keep. Tick up, and then we play the last Ugin and tick up for lethal. Other way around that is we could have also played Nissa into it. Alright, so that's one game. One down. I will see you guys at the beginning of game 2. Okay, back here with game 2. Lost the die roll. Sad, 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 but, you know, that's part of the game. It's part of the game. Opponent decides to go first. Alright, and this hand's fine. So we scry turn 1, shock, bingo bongo, get there, hopefully draw another land. Solemn turn 3, Nissa turn 4, big things on the following turn. That's the plan. Scrying into a basic island would be cute. Keep our life total high. So we're playing against a Yorion deck. Alright, ooh, this is even better. Alright, so we will now shock in the breeding pool. This helps us speed up quite a bit, actually. Temple of Melody. Scry into a land. So this is our turn 1. This is fine. My phone's going off. Yeah, so it's a turn 3 Solemn now, turn 4 Nissa if we find one more land. Okay, cool. Alright, so we will start off with the Growth Spiral. Perfect. Put the Forest into play. We will play the Swamp, just to make sure that we don't thin. We do want to get more lands, and we'll bond here. Let's put the Fear in them. Ugin all the way. Next turn we play Nissa. The turn after that we play Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Xaxes. So they're probably gonna have to leave up counter magic, which I'm assuming they have it. Teferi. And return my Grazer to hand. That'd be dope. Nope, they just want to draw a card. Okay. Which is really weird. They just throw away their... I guess they don't know that I have Nissa in hand, so... There is that. Let's tick up on this swamp that we care the least about. Kill Teferi. Another question is, do we call their bluff? If they pass turn here and don't play anything, do they have the counter magic for Ugin? Or do we play cautious, throw down the Solemn here? This bounce Planeswalkers. Neat. Okay. One, two, three, four. It's odd. It's really odd. But pretty sure we just play Ugin here. Okay. Really interesting. Get in for 3. Okay. I don't know what they have. Elspeth Conquers Death? Then bait into an Elspeth Conquers Death, perhaps? Still definitely seems like we're bringing in Thought Distortion. I do think that that is the thing that is happening. Bye-bye, Ugin. We have more. It's okay. Cool. Alright, so we'll play the Forest here. We can bond to Flourishing, and if there's an Ugin at the top, we feel really great about it. We'll take the Castle of Bantris. Alright, so now we will play Solemn. Take action. Grab a Forest. Take up on this Forest. Swing. Send it back. Okay. Elspeth Conquers Death is strong. It's a very strong card. Very strong indeed. At this point, they can get just 2 fairies back. So there's that at least. Next turn we can get the blue source necessary to open it up, keep stop. So we can thin as need be. Alright. Do they have the board wipe? Yes, bounce my Solemn. Sure. So they definitely would have board wiped before bouncing there if they had a board wipe. Really... What is going on? I can't read this. I cannot read this at all. Do y'all know what's going on? Okay. Let's upkeep thin here. Second blue source we cast here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, let's just draw here. Okay. We can't cast on our opponent's turn because of that, so let's all just attack our opponent here. Brazen Borrower? Brazen Borrower bouncing Solemn. A second Brazen Borrower? Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. Neat little trick. Okay. Alright. Nice. Really cool things. We're seeing new cards here with Niambi. Opponent's at 6, which is always sad when you get your control opponent down to really low and they just turn the corner. They have the opportunity here. We're out of gas. We will scry, I guess. Feel bad if there is a Ugin on top, but we will scry. At this point, they most likely have a bunch of control magic in hand anyway. Pretty sure at this point they just bounce our swamp. Yep. Triple tip. Mobilize district. Hold on a second, gotta sneeze. Whew, okay. So it costs 1 less for each legendary you control. So it costs 3 to activate now, and it is the 3/3. So they can activate it as the 3/3 and block. Yeah, let's scry. Both at the bottom. Okay. Alright. They're turning a little bit. We need a little something, something. It's not good enough. Throwing it up, keep stop again. And it is not good for us attack. Mobilize District will just eat our Solemn. Sure, we could draw an extra card, but I'd rather bait the bounce. Opponent here may have turned the corner. Though our game 2 and 3 does get better. And these are single elimination events too, so once you're out, you're out. I'm gonna say nice. Yes, sirree, Bob. It's really strong. Now, Ugin off the top, bolt them. Ugin off the top, bolt them. Does it. As long as they don't gain life. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12. I think we just gotta play to our house and just draw here. Man, oh man, oh man. We're thinning. Swing. They so graciously let me draw a card. Ooh, they don't. Cool. End step stop, so don't forget. And then we will scry there. We're not out of this, but we are in a very not great spot. For some reason, Clay would pass them through combat there. There's no need to block here. Save our chump blockers for the things that really need to be chumped into. Sure. Time clock is very important in this. Time clock will be very important in this. What it would be like to peer into their hand and see what all gas they have. It's gotta be like a Dovin's Veto. But we will not scoop. We will not scoop until the end is apparent. Because like I said, it's single elimination. You gotta play all the way out. So we got Jeskai controller. Have not seen any red yet, so Really curious. Upkeep, stop. See if we want to scry again. Okay, we'll leave Bond of Flourishing in top. That digs us a bit deeper. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. My turn. Move the stop. Alright. Bond of Flourishing. Are they going to counter it? That's really nice. Hydroid Crossus. Alright. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's make a 9, 9. Auto pay, make sure it's paying all of it. Cool. Uncounterably gain for life and draw 4 cards. Feels good. And they let it resolve. Dope. We'll get to do it again. See if they'll let me draw a card. Cool. Alright, so now we have running Ugins here. I think we have all of our basics, so Cultivate's very much on the weaker side of things. Pretty sure if Ugin resolves, we just tick up. Okay. Pretty sure if Ugin resolves, we just tick down. This means that Ugin resolves. That's fantastic. Cool. Alright, so we'll be able to clean up a little bit here. So more of a tap-out control list. That's awesome too. Alright, so this is working nicely. This is working very nicely. Very cool, very clean from our opponent. We will Ugin tick down. All of their creatures will come back on our turn. So we will -5. Oh, here. +5, if you will. Yep, you get to loot one more time. And now we gotta think here. I know for a fact we're grazing here. So it's Ugin. Alright, so we get to double graze here. We will play the land. We need to be able to double spell pretty strongly. Alright, Grazer for blocker's sake. Grazer for blocker's sake. Thank goodness it has reach. But they'll be able to Teferi bounce one of them. That's fine. We'll Ugin again. Again, time clock is very important here. Very important. Interesting. So now they can't kill Ugin. That was an interesting choice. I guess they can by brazen borrowing. Okay, that conquers death. All right. Okay. Odd that they exile the Conqueror's Death. That doesn't really do much for them at all. Yep, they get everything back. Tick, tick, tick. So we play Ugin, and then we play a big Crossus after we tick down for blocking's sake. They'll have their Yorion come back with an empty field, so they'll no flicker effects. They can bounce our Crossus to kill Ugin. Still think that's what we do, though. Okay. So we'll lose Ugin again here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yorion is a 4, 5. Alright, so I guess there is worth to shock here. Force them to have to bounce it. Wait, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is it pay 5? Okay, it's odd. Alright, another Ugin. Okay. So now they have to Brazen Borrow bounce our Crossus in order to kill Ugin, unless they have something other. They have something other. They're giving us the business. They are for sure giving us the business. They're doing good. They're doing good. They might have this game, but again, we have to play the clock when we can. Because we're not out of this. They're going to be able to clean up and save themselves from Ugin. Now some might potentially draw themselves out before they can beat us too. Okay. So I don't think it's in our best interest to play Ugin here. I think we play out Euro. We can do this to check to see how many basic lands we have left in our deck. I think it's 0, actually. Yeah. So that puts a card in our yard for Euro beats again. We will leave this in our hand for cycle's sake. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's not for Scry. It's not in best interest to just play down and tick up because they're going to be able to get 1, 2, a lot more blockers, actually. Let's play a blind Euro here. Watching carefully where it lands, because we want to keep this one. Scry. Scry to the bottom. I think we end turn here. Wide resolve. So the good thing about this combo is that it does give them 1/1s and they're just drawing a whole bunch of cards and it cycles through and it's good Ugin protection. But they're not able to really attack with these creatures, so it really slows down their ability to win. But it does save them from Ugin. So there is that at least. Alright, so we're down to 17, then to 15. So we're going to be scrying and then drawing with Ziggurat. Teferi is good. Teferi is good. Yep. We're coming out of 6 life. They turn that sweet corner. But again, the beautiful thing about this is that Thought Distortion will do a lot of work. They do have a lot of creatures. So, there is that. Come in. Well, that's right. These were returned at my end steps. They are able to attack. Okay. So I am thinking that they have this game. Because we don't have main board removal per se outside of Ugin. It needs to be instant speed. Well, even instant speed doesn't really work. They have another Yorion. It's a really nice deck. What is the red for, though? Is it just blue-white and you have, like, cycling lands? That might be it. Any cool tech in the sideboard, though? Yep. Pretty strong. Probably I'm just gonna have to Ugin here. Alright, let's start with our Scryan. Not good enough, not good enough. Blast Zone is a way that we can maneuver this. Okay. Blast Zone. First Ugin. Tick up here. Second Ugin. Tick down here. Then I do believe we have to pass. Yeah, we have to pass here. We need to get Blast Zone up to 2 counters for sure. Because Charming Prince is the one that we really have to kill. Now I'm assuming they bounce Charming Prince. Okay, they bounce my guy. Now they have enough power to kill both of our planeswalkers. Which is really sad. The big sad. Great value from our opponent here. Wow. Okay. I was like, that's an interesting choice. Yep, makes sense. Really cool deck. Really cool deck from our opponent here. "24 cards left in their deck, 17 left in ours. Very solid. They even got the tome in there? Nice. I think I saw one of those earlier. They discarded it. Yeah. This is a beautiful deck. Beautiful deck. I can't bring myself to build a Teferi deck or a deck that would play Teferi in it, mainly because of you know, it's cycling so soon. I'm not sure if it's going to make it through rotation, but blue-white control does look really, really strong. Okay, so we've seen all of our Ugins. Sad days, sad days. So we can kill Charming Prince and Fibblethip. And then we can kill Teferi, I guess. So I guess we'll just do this now. Big think time. We're in the big think time. Okay. Gain a life, draw cards. Keep that army growing. Cry the Canarium would be very nice in this matchup. But alas, we're not playing it. Okay. They're understanding they gotta start speeding things up. One, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 would get us to our mole out, though. Still have that Brazen Borrower in hand. Oh, wait, that's not in hand. That's in, it's on adventure. Perfect. Okay. I decided not to bring anything back. Okay. Run low on cards, run low on cards. Yep. The braziest. Strong combo indeed. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Oh. Yep. Bing, 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 bong. We'll do everything we can to keep ourselves alive for one more turn. Be able to gain a good amount of life here. Probably unnecessary. You gotta be very careful with the clock. And, clock does matter. They're noticing that, and they're definitely playing faster. Yes, sirree, bobble. Yes, sirree, bobbert. All right. Tick up. Play Euro. Play Euro. Play Nissa, who shakes the world. Make a blocker. Sal. Sal. One craw. Now, was this enough to survive another turn? We're gonna find out. Thassa's Oracle would be kind of a cute little surprise, wouldn't it? It is not enough. Alright, well, as predicted. But their clock is getting really short, so... Let's, bring in the Thought Distortions. Bring in the Ritual Soot. Extinction Event does not seem as fantastic here. Sadly. Mystical Dispute seems really strong. Right here. We will go down the Bond of Flourishings. We will go down Boreal Grazer. And we will go down and Cultivate. And let's run it through. Bond of Flourishings could potentially be the include, but we're on the play, and we're going to want to get to the win as fast as we possibly can. And so we don't really want to take out our ramp that much. One Cultivate is decent just because in these matchups it's pretty bad late game like we just saw there. But yeah, let's see if we can pull this out. You do have to be very careful because part of the arena metagame is the fact that you do have a clock that's a noose. So as you are slowly playing your game, you're tightening, and you know, it's like a guillotine slowly getting closer, and then that can cause you to play incorrectly, or you may sacrifice proper plays for quick plays. Mulligan. No. Not like this. Mulligan. Alright, we'll keep a hand of 5. Go down you. And we'll go down. Sad as it is, we gotta go down the Growth Spire, the Thought Distortion here? Man. No, Thought Distortion is just how we win the game. We need to be lucky with it. on. Clickety click. Alright. Just good lands on top. Just good lands on top. It's not a land. Not a land. Give me a land. It's not a land. Give me a land. Blocker. That is the ritualist. We don't have our second black source anyway. No! We need our second black source. Land! Black land! Find us a black land! No! Ah! Sucks we have to get that mold to 5 and it just feels so bad. Man. Maybe we should have kept the first hand, I don't know. Black land will do all the wonders. Black land will do all the wonders. That's a black land! We did it! Let's hope they don't have like a spell piercer, the 1 mana thing. Oh wait, it can't be countered! Yes! Three, two, so many Elspeth Conquers deaths. Man. They still got the district doing things. Yes, we can do this. We can cultivate into Ritual of Soot. Forest. Forest. Okay. Well, they can start playing their Yorians. Okay, or they're gonna play Guild Mage. Man, we should have got out of the blue! No! Alright. Blue source. Technically. Reach blocker. The glass casket. The glass casket. The glasket. Yep. Yep. I see no point in playing this now. Wait till they just draw a whole bunch of cards. Mystical Dispute will counter one of the Yorians. Yep. Oh, that's right. Can't counter it when they got a Teferi in play. Very rude. Okay. Now we will run this back. Just a whole bunch of Yorians. No attacks. Come on, Ugins. Come on, Hydrate Crosses. Those are what we need. Getting beats. I do like that, so they can't flash in their Brazen Borrower. Yes. Double yes. Triplus yes. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we get an 8/8 crosses. Ooh, you'll love to see it. Crosses for days. Don't have more brays. Mm-hmm. It was a very interesting choice. Two, 7. We'll leave up our Mystical Dispute here. I'm fine with that. One, 2, 3. I thought I said Simic 4 for some reason. I have to discard 3 cards. Which is also perfect enough to play Euro next turn. Dispute. Cool. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, 3. Cool. I already have one. And looks like we may just end up getting this match based off the time clock, but definitely was anyone's game for the entire match. Just never concede. We gotta definitely keep a watch on that. Ugin. Let's kill Yorian. Fabled Passage. Crack it. Basic Island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, let's just make an 8, 8. We don't want to outdraw our deck. We can grow Spiral if they don't play anything that we want to Mystical Dispute. We could also just Mystical Dispute to tax their mana. Going to game 3. They have 43 seconds on their clock, so we just need to play cautious and careful and just not lose. Alrighty. We'll go down the second Cultivate for an Extinction event, and I think that's good enough. Run it back! Keep. Kind of sad when things turn out this way, but sometimes the time clock is how things go. We did have a really good hand this turn, though. We were sitting very nice, a couple thought distortions to really mess him up. We had the counter spell. So, 2 wins. We're going to keep it going. This is going to be a long episode.
Sorry about that. We had a little issue starting it back up again. We ended up playing, taking the draw. We did one mulligan and we put an Ugin to the bottom. But now we're all caught up. Welcome to Game 3! Sometimes the video just gets a little corrupted. A little corrupted sometimes. Alright, so we'll play our fourth Fabled Passage so we can get our lands untapped here. We won't crack the next one yet because we're going to decide what we need. Hopefully we draw an untapped land here. We do not. I don't see really any reason to play this Grazer right now. Thinning our deck. I know it's like minuscule, but I'd rather keep the percentage of drawing a land in the deck, so I will just throw it back here. No attack. End turn. So, Joriel, really cool new card. Really powerful, especially once you get up to 6 mana. Really solid effect. Been loving seeing this deck, and I may actually try out this deck too, because this deck does seem really strong. Me wow indeed. Me wow. Okay, cool. So we will just grab a forest here. We'll offer a trade. Cool. So we can spin this. I haven't seen a lot of this deck. I've just seen a lot of Joriel, and it's really cool how people are starting to find different builds. Been seeing her a lot in Bant, but doesn't mean it's her only home. So, new standards is looking really fun. Definitely looking like a really good format for sure. I'm actually extra curious to see which, did not expect Wilderness Reclamation, but I guess she just kind of fits in this, she just like fits in there just fine. Let's see what we got here. So, land for sure. Let's Growth Spiral now. Cool. So we can kill Wilderness Reclamation. Seems like that's the right play. See if I got counter magic. Okay, just lets it go, lets it go. So she can make these, all of her creatures into 3/3s. I actually think we have to kill Joriel here. Being able to turn all of her little kitty cats into 3/3s is very bad for us. And usually with Wilderness Reclamation, it's always one big chunk of damage, and so they'll have to choose between killing Nissa or Ugin. And I guess at this moment they're deciding whether or not to make their guys into 3/3s. They are. Okay. So nothing else for that turn. We're definitely not going to attack in here and trade. That would just be bad for us. So we're going to... we'll take up on this forest here. And we'll just play an Arboreal Grazer off of it. I'm send it back. So they will have Wilderness Reclamation for a turn, maybe a few turns, but just couldn't let Joriel stay out there. Hello. We're testing out the Llanowar Visionary. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Thoughts on this one? I don't know if Llanowar Visionary is, like, good enough. It's good. Like, I mean, it's good, but I don't know if it's constructed good. That I do not know. I got two of them. I'll hair in my mouth. Ugin. Hey, it's actually really strong. It's really good for us. Sure. The kind of magic now. Nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, there's no favorable attacks here. Pretty cool. Love Sublime Epiphany. Temur Rec has always been a strong card since it was printed, and it will be until rotation. But it's really cool that we're seeing new cards. We're seeing Llanowar Visionary, Sublime Epiphany. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. So now we're just fading Expansion Explosion. Once we win the third game, we get all of our winnings back, so it becomes a free little event. So turning Temur Rec into more of a mid-range deck, eh? You're digging for it. You're definitely digging for it. Cool. Cool. Alright, so let's tick up. See if we can get Nissa to survive, then we can play a large Hydrate Process. Mythical Dispute does things too, no attacks. So now it is our turn to be behind on the clock. Ritualist looking really strong in this matchup too. Good split between even and odds though. I wonder if a lot of people think while they're building their deck, I'm going to make a good split between even and odd creatures that my deck creates, or if it just is a lucky happenstance. I'm going to go on the edge of people are really smart, and I love this community. So, good on you guys. Another Joriel. Ooh, that turns all of their stuffs into 1/1s. Got the lethal? Certainly thinking about it for a second. Are they counting? I think they're adding up, yeah. That's lethal. Unless you're making a really big shark. Really big shark? Are we subtracting? What X spell we playing? Well, you know, I will take the few seconds off your clock. I'm okay with that. Alright, so new Temur Rec, more mid-rangey Temur Rec. Let's see what we want to do here. Aether Gust in the deck. Thought Distortion is kind of interesting, but can also be kind of clunky in this matchup. They do have a lot of creatures. Bring in the board wipes. Bring in the wilts. I don't think we're going to bring in the distortions here. We'll go down the Bond of Flourishings. We'll go down a Boreal Grazer. We'll go down the Cultivates. And I believe that is going to be the plan going into it. We could speculate on the Thought Distortions because we are on the play. But the deck plays a lot of creatures. And if we don't get this turn 4... Which, to do that, we'd have to have a Boreal Grazer on 1, Growth Spiral on 2, Uro on 3. It's like... or I guess only 2 of those before then will do enough, but... No, we'll run it like this. We'll see how it goes from there. Team Rec is really strong. Team Rec is really strong for sure. I would like to play first. You know what? We're going to keep. We've mulled a lot as it is. Our opponent's mulling a couple times here. Could be good for us. But we need to have some good scries here. Too slow. Need something to do. Boreal Grazer. 1, 2, or 3 drop. No. No. Bad robot. Alright, we'll start thinning. No need to be hasty here. Takes 2. Get something going. They always have the Flash Wolf. Do I care that they have the Flash Wolf? I guess we'll get rid of it. Cool, eat their counterspell now. Okay. Alright, so we'll have to lose a land here, but that's okay. Yeah, we have Ugin on the backswing. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we draw a forest, we can play both Ugins. We're not draw a forest. This is they killed our Nisso, which they had 2 of them. Powerful. Really powerful. Uh-oh. Might be it. Just had the right cards in hand. That's interesting. Ritualist set. We're so dead. Teamer wreck, no. Okay, I guess we're still dead. We're dead if they do it right. They have lethal on board. Lethal on board. So we made it to 2 wins. We had 2 in 1. End turn. Do they do it right? They could have killed me. They could have killed me. Do they have a shock? That'd be hilarious. Or they have an expansion. They're probably like expansion hand. They've had everything. Expansion me. And this doesn't exile land, so they don't have an expansion. It could still have an expansion. Yay! Win! Don't counter it. Don't be a meanie. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. I'll respect that. Five. Doesn't exile lands. All right, so we went 2 in, 2 and 1. Team Wreck is really strong indeed. So let's collect our reward here and then give you a little sneak peek of what's to come. So we only spent 500 gold. 500 gold for a pack of MTG cards, so it's pretty fair. Let's open it. We have a second one in here too. Crack a few packs. Demonic Embrace. Sanctum of Fangs, love it. And Standard Bear. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. We're going to be doing another run-through of the Standard Challenge, but we are going to be playing with this Ugin deck, which only runs one Ugin at the moment, but we might do some tweaking in between matches. Well, not in between matches, but in between this one and the next one. But this is the deck that we're going to be looking into and then potentially playing with. So something similar to this is what we're going to be going into the next one with. I think this is a really good anti-meta deck at the moment. I think it's really strong against everything that's out there. Hits really strong against aggro, hits really strong against other Ugin decks, hits really strong against Bant. Casualty of Wars is just really strong, super good. So yeah, so this is the deck we're going to do next. And stay tuned for that video. Definitely check it out. Keep checking back in. And watch some of my other videos while you wait. But yeah, so we went 2-1 with the other one. Cast your votes. Do you think this one's going to do better or worse? I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!